Hi you. How you doing? This is Candice or Sister Minh, and I am calling to you from Happy Catastrophe. And I have the rest of the haul that I talked about in my last video that was a haul. And it's got some things I purchased and some things that were purchased for me as gifts. So let's get started. Okay. Matchstick says hi. Oh, and I saw my friend Rachel at Jelly Starburst. She won the Matchstick Mouse plushie from Morgan O'Brien's website in a contest. So, or from his Instagram. Keep an eye on his Instagram because every now and then he does contests and you might win one of these. But if you're interested in purchasing one for your very own, just go to the links in his profile on his Instagram account and you can click and go to his shop and you can purchase one there. Alrighty then. So first off, I wanted to show you this funny thing. Blaster packs. So these are tiny little plastic, like machine guns. So I was purchasing, I purchase Copic refills. So these are all Copics that I don't have refills for that need a refill. And I keep an eye on Amazon and once a week go through and see if they've got refills for a decent price with free shipping. And when they do, I purchase them. Sometimes I see a refill like this and I don't actually have the pen for it, but the refill was cheap. So sometimes I purchase the refill. Most time it's a mistake when I do this, but sometimes I do. Well, I did that. I purchased a brown refill and then I realized I needed the pen for it. So I went on Amazon and purchased just that marker. And what I got was this. Blaster packs. And if you look on the back side, it's labeled Copic marker E49 sketch dark bark. That's what I ordered. But for some reason, these little plastic guns had the label. Now, if you peel this off, underneath it is the right label for this item. So I don't know what happened in the Amazon warehouse, but I thought that was hysterical. So of course, I went, got onto Amazon and I, said, I need to return this. It said, why? I said, sent wrong item. And of course, they said, the automatic system says, well, go ahead and order what you wanted and we'll refund you the money from this and you don't have to send it back. So now I have a bunch of plastic machine guns which go completely against my own belief system. So, what a waste, huh? I don't know what to do with them. So they're sitting right here until I figure out what to do with them. I don't think I want to give away. I don't want to donate guns, little plastic toy guns. So I don't know what to do with them. But anyway, so then along with those purchases, I purchased this. Now this is a used copy. I got it off of, let me check on that. I got this off of eBay for $6.68 US. Now, I have enjoyed the wonderful gift someone gave me of Universe, the one that's the compilation book. And I saw this for $6 and it was uncolored in, totally uncolored in. So I thought, now I have to say, Marie Trolle is not my favorite artist. I do like Hannah Carlzon and Kubikowska and all those, better than her. But I enjoy coloring her pages. And I know I like this book. This is one of her books I like. And you know what? Her new book, I'm really liking the looks of. I think I'm going to track that down eventually, maybe. I never knows there's a little creature there. But this is Nightfall. It was 2018, I just saw. Oh, see, I like these sorts of pages that have a lot of black in it because she does a lot of florals and foliage, and that's not really my cup of tea. So that's probably why I hadn't really gotten interested in her before. But what I found, the combination of the paper and her easy coloring style, I really enjoy coloring her pages, and I don't find them difficult. I use a lot of acrylic pen and paint to kind of get through these florals faster. But I don't know, her florals aren't meant to be realistic. They're quirky, which I like. I don't feel like I need to, painstakingly color them realistically. Like this looks like a ranuncula to me, but ranunculas come in lots of colors. So, and I don't know what all these are. I know that, does she in this book? Some books she actually puts down what they are. which is helpful to me because then I can look them up, and I think even the bugs she does, I can look them up, and that gives me a color palette, so I don't even have to think. It's really pretty. But often I just paint them or color them and make them whatever color fits what I've got going on in my brain. So this is a lot of flowers, like you say. I think her older ones are, but this one has a lot of really neat ones too, and I love all the ones with black backgrounds. I think this is beautiful. I often don't know what to do with her faces, but then that leaves it open for anything. So far, the ones I've colored, I've made pretty fantasy colored skin. I don't know if I've done any realistic yet. I love this frog one. These seem like a lot of spring and summers, don't they? So this might get colored more in after the first of the year. Although always feel like I want to color rabbits in the winter, and I don't know why. She has a lot of rabbits. This has a lot of rabbits. Boy, you could almost do this one like, yeah, I was going to say like Alice in Wonderland, but there was just too many rabbits. Oh my gosh. That is sweet. So yeah, lots of flowers, little animals, but just sweet little images. And, you know, with paint pens, with all that, this can be really meditative. This repetitive foliage stuff can become really, I have found, really soothing. And it's helped with my anxiety. Yes, my intro in front of my October completed pages caused some conversation. I just want you to know that I was just expressing my own anxiety and fear. I'd been feeling that way for a week and was having a hard time with it. So I decided to, well, these are both wonderful. So I decided to be honest with you about how I was feeling. It was never meant as attack on anyone else. I didn't realize how sensitive people are. I should have, because I'm sensitive. We're all sensitive and raw here in the United States. Oh, this is beautiful. Gosh, both of these. Whatever side of the election you were on, whoever you voted for, I don't care. I love you. And I'm never going to condemn you for your choice. So some people took my expression of anxiety personally because they've been attacked so much. And so they're very sensitive. And everybody's sensitive. We all took a beating this last election. And now when someone voices their fears or their opinions, it feels like an attack, even when it isn't. So I hope you know that I wasn't attacking you. I wasn't attacking anyone. I wish Trump all the best, and I hope he does the very best he can. But I was having some fear, and I said it honestly. And I support you no matter what you do, whether you vote or didn't vote, flew to the moon, dug a cave and holed in. I'm going to support your choices and defend them because you matter and you're important and I love you. And I encourage you, if you did take offense at that and you're angry with me, to reach out to me and we can have a nice conversation. I've had some wonderful conversations. This is cool. Wonderful conversations with Trump supporters that have brought us even closer. I mean, obviously, I didn't vote for Trump because you saw that, but it doesn't matter. That shouldn't change our friendship, right? That would be the worst. This might be my next page. That is cool. We shouldn't let this election get in the way of love and friendships. That would be a lose-lose situation. So I'll try not to say anything more about it, but just know that you can reach out to me if you want to talk. She has a thing with rabbits, which is fine by me because I love rabbits. I don't really know how to color them anyway, but, you know, rabbity. I tend to not get too crazy with the rabbits, but sometimes I think this book pushes me, her artwork pushes me to not look at leaves and see them as something other than green, you know? Because there's so many pages, you can do anything. Now this reminds me of that Japanese folklore that's in, it's Korean folklore of a little creature that will steal your shoes. When you take them off out in nature and wade into the water, a little creature comes along and steals your shoe. But that's definitely a fox, I think. That's not a little creature. So I don't know. These are really pretty. See, what I'd like to do is like make this nighttime and those flowers glow, you know, just make them sort of fantasy-like. Oh, this one's got a little snail. There's something about Marie Trolle's artwork that feels very innocent and childlike. And I think that brings me a lot of joy. And there are a ton of pieces to do in her books. I don't know how many are in here. There's a lot. I think it would take forever. Okay, so here is what I did in November. And I had an accidental smear because I'm too impatient. I did both sides because when one side's drying, I can do the other side. And I did these in acrylic paint pen. But I think this was my left hand that accidentally smeared that when I was working on this side. So, but I just wanted to kind of get a feel for something. This is like pussy willows, but they've all got little faces on them. And they're all seeping. I love that. And so I just did this with, I mean, it was quick and easy. I just did it with acrylic markers. There's no shading or anything in it. There could be, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to enjoy the process. So I did these two. Yeah. Plus I'm doing the Amy Ward art. She has the hashtag New Book November 24. That's neat. So we can, when you color in a book that's untouched, ooh. Now, why doesn't that have a black background? Dork. I always think weasels look like they're going dork. Anyway, I'm coloring in a lot of new books. Pretty much all new books, mostly for November. Now, this is the one that we did a couple months ago in the Universal, what is the I want to say Universum, but the compilation book, we all did this one for Space Timber because of the space stuff. Several of us did it. I used acrylic paint pen on that one too. Oh, that's adorable. The hedgehog with the apple. Oh, gosh. We don't have hedgehogs, wild hedgehogs here. I know you've got them all over in England. I don't know if anywhere in the United States has them. I never hear about them. But we definitely here on the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest, we don't have wild hedgehogs. These look like narcissus or daffodils. Daffodils are my I think these are more daffodils. Daffodils are my favorite flower. Oh, these mice with a, oh my gosh. Okay, that's adorable. They got leaves on them. Excuse me, sleeping in the sunflowers. Ooh. Ooh, this is neat. Double page spread with these fairies and these little ghosties that look like rutabagas. I don't know. All the little critters. Oh, I love this one. And the little houses, like the whole tree is like a condominium. And little bugs. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to do this one. Double page spreads really attract me. Blackberries. I've fallen in love with coloring blackberries. It's both cute. Oh my gosh. What are they floating in? I don't know. I don't know what the boats are made of. That is adorable. Oh my gosh. And here he's carrying one here. That is really cute. Oh, this is such a cute book. Neat. And it's in pristine condition. Like I don't even think it's yellowing. It doesn't even look like it's yellowing. I don't know how. But I need to, I do use money. I make about $100 now a month off of YouTube, off of this channel, just by you watching my videos and liking them. That's all you need to do. And then that $100 I put back into the channel. So I have to make it stretch. So I buy used things. I've been buying used things, and that's beautiful. So that I'll have more to show you and more to color out of, and more to make videos on. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, one's got a blackberry and one's got a blueberry, I think. A big blueberry. Yeah, because she's near blueberry plants. And the mound has a happy, smiling, sleepy face. What an imagination she has. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? And here's all those little sleeping things in her hair. Little sleeping pussy willows. That's another one that would be great for space timber. I just love all her little ghosties and stuff. Does she do that in every book? Because I don't remember seeing all these little ghosties. But all I have is this one in the compilation book, so I don't know. But there's like little ghosty flying vegetables and then actual little ghost. Like root vegetables. I love this. Oh, the little dragon. Underwater dragon. With an egg. Oh. And another like hamster creature in a boat. That is a great page. Oh, this is beautiful. And the interesting thing is the black is sparkly. I don't know how they did that, or if it's on accident or bad printing, but the black actually has sparkles in it, which I'm completely fine with. And here's a list of all the critters and plants that she uses. Oh, what a neat book. And it was absolutely pristine, brand new, beautiful. Even the spine is in great shape. Everything looks fantastic. $6.68. Yeah. All right. So that is that. I can now put that in my inventory book. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, I got these. So, I haven't ever used Prismacolors before, but from what I heard they did, I had no medium that does what they do. Now I've had, for some reason I got a tiny little pack, I don't know where I even picked it up, maybe Goodwill or something, but a pack of Prismacolor watercolor pencils, and they're such bad quality, but the pigment is great. But the pencils are breaking and they're just terrible quality. And I'd heard that so much with Prismacolors, so I just wasn't interested in paying so much money for a pencil that can't be made properly. It just seems like a terrible idea. But I'm on Mercari, which is M-E-R-C-A-R-I. It's kind of like an eBay, except it's pretty standard to not buy something at face value, to go ahead and send the seller an offer, and then they almost always accept it. So you can get it pretty cheap. The problem is the shipping is automatically charged unless the seller offers free shipping. And then Mercari also charges fees. So you have to take all that into consideration. So sometimes it's not cheaper. In fact, a lot of times it's not cheaper. It's cheaper just go get it new off of Amazon. But not Prismacolors. And so I made an offer that basically wiped out the cost of the shipping and fees, and the seller accepted it. So I got 48 pencils for $28. And I thought that was pretty good. That's almost 50 cents a pencil. And I love them. Now, they were brand new. They're short because of the poor quality, because that's one that's got broken lead. As does this one have broken lead in it. So whenever I use it and sharpen it, it's all broken in there. So do I love them? I love what they do. My set here, these are Prismacolor Premieres, smells bad, and I have a hard time with the smell. They are made in Mexico, which is what I understand. Once shipment moved to Mexico, that the standard has really gone down. There are no cracked barrels like there are with the watercolors, but like I say, several are broken leads. Like this one is a broken one as well. It's not sharpened right now, but several of them are broken. But nothing colors like they do, truly. I mean, it's heavy-handed. You have to push, which is not my favorite way of coloring, but the color comes out opaque, right? You can smoosh the color around and it's opaque. And it's bright and it's beautiful. So are they worth it? Full price? Absolutely not. I would never pay full price for these crappily made pencils. But Would I buy them half price? Yes. Yeah, if it's half to 2/3 price, yes, I think they're worth it because they're great. Now, you have to sharpen them a lot, so, your favorite colors are going to go, wah, because they're very, very soft, but that's the whole point. It's soft pigment that you can really smush and push around. So I got this set. I've been looking. Mercari has tons of Prismacolor on sale. Prices all across the board. So in all different sets. So you can buy, lots of little sets or one big set. Just look for deals. Find the best deal. And I try to get them for about 50 cents a pencil is what I'm trying to get them for. So I got these, and yes, I've been using them, and I love them, despite them being crappy pencils. They're great. Do I love them more than my polychromos? I would have to say it's like apples and oranges you're comparing there. You can't compare them. No, the polychromos is like a Cadillac pencil. Holding a polychromos, you're holding an expensive pencil. Holding these surprised me. They're very light. They feel like a cheap pencil working with them. But that laying the color down thick and smushing it around, nothing does that. So, yeah, I would pay less for them because I feel they're very cheaply made. They're cheap pencils and they shouldn't cost so much, but they do a magical style of coloring. So yeah, I think these should be in your arsenal. I think these, because nothing else is like them, but definitely get them used and cheap. And then when I go back to my polychromos, I'm like, oh, this is what an expensive pencil feels like. But it's completely different pencil, right? It doesn't have the same effect. And Prismacolor can't do what poly does. So I think those two are just, I think if you have Prismas and you have polys, you really don't need anything else, right? Okay, so that's something I purchased. Then I ordered this. I had passed on this because I thought it was so much like her last Mythogoria. And she's been getting pretty gory. Her Frozen Nightmares is the goriest Mythogoria. It's really gory. And I'm not into this. I don't really find that much fun, just coloring guts. I don't really want to do that. But this one looked the flip throughs looked a lot like Night Terrors and what was her other one? Darkest Desires. So Night Terrors is a little bit different. I love Night Terrors. It's one of my favorites. Frozen Nightmares is really, turn your stomach. Darkest Desires and this one seem so alike that I just didn't think I needed it. But then I saw it cheap off of, I can't remember where I got this one, probably Book Outlet. No, I think I got this off of eBay as well. And I decided that, if it's cheap, I do have a bit of a collection full set syndrome when it comes to my favorite books, which are Mythogoria and Mythographic, and Kirby, people like that. I want all of their books. So I decided to get it. And now that I've got it, it is gory. This is a cake made of guts. She is very gory. But some of these are really interesting. It's fascinating to me that one of our favorite artists in the Mythographic, who draws such cute and sweet drawings, is the goriest artist in the Mythogoria line. So if you want to stay away from gory, don't buy Fabiana's Mythogoria because they are the most gory of all of them. I think this is beautiful. See, this is neat. This is sort of an Adam and Eve thing with Adam feeding him the apple and all the crazy little worms coming out of the apple. But she does a lot with, decapitation and bones and blood and innards. Like this one looks like the guy decapitated both their heads and while they were sitting looking at the moon. Oh. This is cool. This is straight up Japanese folklore. But, she's eating an eyeball and he's eating intestines. So, yeah, she can be very, very disgusting. I love this one of her dancing with the skeleton. And then there's like zombie hands coming up out of the cemetery. See, and here, I mean, what is happening here? He's sitting on a throne and he's holding a monster made of guts and eyeballs. She loves intestines and eyeballs. Or maybe that's supposed to be a brain. I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening here. This one's neat. I love it, this like corpse bride thing. It's very cool. I would color this one for sure. I thought this one was neat. You know, there is bones, bone candelabras and stuff, but there's less guts in it and more just interesting. There's a ghost coming out of the book. That's neat. Her eyeballs are pretty disgusting. I love her horns. Those are interesting. I thought that was an interesting page. This one's funny. It's like two melting zombies, maybe. You know, the flowers have eyes, and there's like flaming things coming down, and they're going through the tunnel of love, which is a huge, gigantic rib cage. Fabiana has quite a dark side to her. This one are two people kissing. However, the faces are just held on. Behind them is the skulls with the, again, the sinews and the eyeballs and the stuff. This one has more plants and stuff growing out of it, though. This pirate is very cool. He's like a dead pirate, and he's holding a mermaid in a jar. I think this one would be fun with some lighting effects, with the jar being lit up, right, and glowing on this and making it dark. I really like this one. This might be one of the first ones I do out of here. I haven't touched this book yet. That's the scariest teddy bear ever. I think, I don't know. It's got worms coming out of it. I don't know what these spots are. And crazy flies. Oh, that's a heart that's sewn together. I don't know. It's scary. This is kind of neat, you know. It's like a desert oasis with a desert princess, and she's a skeleton, he's a skeleton, and then there's these spiders, gigantic jumping spiders they look like. I think this is lovely. She's, you know, part skeleton. He's becoming skeletonized. Things like this I think are very pretty. What's happening here? A ring that says forever, but it's thorns. And the hands, something's up with the hands. And then again, here's like these gut things that she likes to draw. I don't know. Romeo and Juliet, right? But looks like they've already taken the poison. It's kind of fun. I thought this one was neat. She's hugging this octopus thing, but it's not quite an octopus. Maybe it is. It's scary. It's like an octopus. A heart that's dripping, but they're pulling apart cloth, but there's all these keys. This one I think would just be fun to just color straight up and don't like try to figure out what's going on, because I don't think we can. Way cool. Some kind of wicked puppet master. Very cool. Stay here, buddy. Jack kind of fell off the couch while he was sleeping, and now he's trying to get comfortable again. I should cover him with a blankie. Do you want a blankie, my buddy? How about a blankie? There you go. I'll keep you safe. We're having a little bit of a storm, and he gets scared of storms. So, because one of our storms, excuse me while I kick everything, we had a storm where a tree fell on my car, and it was so loud when it crashed onto the car that ever since then he's been frightened of storms. Yuck. It's a chocolate box, but that's not chocolate. Yuck. What are these guys doing? Mummies? Hanging on to each other, running away from the sunshine, maybe? Trying to get away from the sunshine? And a crazy undead cat? Yeah. I think that's what that is. This paper's pretty good. It's a little thin. Polaroid. And with some kind of slimy stuff. Now, it's got an eyeball in the Polaroid. So there's always slimy stuff, and you can make it what you will. You know, that's kind of nice that it's not, you can make it blood, like all the slimy stuff that's dripping here. You can make all that blood. You can make it just some, like everything's melting. You can make it rain. You can make it, that's a really neat picture, actually. Sometimes I make it just green goo, but this looks like everything's melting because her skin is melting and the thing the hoop she's sitting on is melting. Maybe it's like acid falling down. Crazy clown. Ooh, I'm doing a clown one. I'm doing a clown one this month that I keep forgetting about. I need to make sure it's written on my list. Out of Nightmare Cabaret. There's a lot of scary clowns in that one. 2 hands and the snails. It's kind of neat. Some of these pictures don't really make sense. I don't know what's happening, but it's a claw machine, but they're grabbing a heart. It's all broken, and, you know, they look like there's some sort of scary creatures. They look like they have masks on or doll heads. Maybe they are dolls. They kind of look like dolls that are trying to get a heart. So these are trees that have been carved on. But then a scary Groot creature. I don't know. Yeah, oh, I love this one. Ew, that one's cool. These buckets have slime all over them. It's a carnival wheel, a very scary carnival wheel. I like this part of it. So this book is strange for me because there's some pages like this that I absolutely love, and other pages that I'm like, yeah, I probably wouldn't color that one. And most Mythogorias for me, I love all of it. This one is about half of it I love. I like this. She looks very peaceful, this sewn together. But then she's got this eyeball looking in at her. And what is this? Almost looks like she's, like it's an entrance to another world. I don't know. Because this is stone. Well, that's stone at least. Might be the door to a cave. I love anything that's a mermaid. Now, this is a huge mermaid because she is holding up a boat with a man in it. Looks like she broke the boat in half. There's her, her skeletal tail. Oh, this is really cool. This is going to be a mermaid picture for 2025. I started this year for mermaids. I do horror mermaids. I do very few cute, pretty mermaids because there's a lot of horror mermaids out there, and I think that's kind of fun. It adds something to the feed, on the Instagram feed. Okay, she's again partly skeletonized. There's Fabiana's signature crystals, but then there's all this smoke with this scary creature coming at her. She doesn't seem bothered by him though. Ooh, this is neat. It's like Narcissus looking at the reflection, but the reflection is a monster. A plant monster. Ooh, and look at how she made these daffodils, and these, or you call them narcissus. So this is like a play on Narcissus. Look, they're all evil. They have evil faces the way she drew them. It's cool. I like this one. Oh, I love this one. This one would have been great for Halloween. And I don't think they're eating guts. I think this is the innards of the pumpkins. It looks like it's like the goopy stuff inside pumpkins, inside of jack-o'-lanterns. Fun. And then there's all kinds of little bug caterpillars and stuff. This would be really neat for Halloween. I love this one. Okay, Winter. So Winter 89, her birthday's in December, and she's got a birthday bingo out now. If you watch her planning video, you'll see the bingo, her winter plans video. And one of the bingo squares is warm fire. So how about this, Winter? A skeleton tearing up letters and burning them in the fire. With wood and bones. And oh, yes, I'm going to totally submit this one. Fabiana has quite a few of a girl falling. Mostly into water, but sometimes into space. But in this one, there's a bunch of skeletons under the water that are going to catch her. Yikes. That's pretty. Except all of this is guts. I don't want to paint guts. I don't want to color guts. They're all pink and red and beige. Once upon a time. Oh, and everything's a skeleton. She likes to have flesh coming off of bones with a skeleton underneath. That's common trope. And these poppies are really cool. You could really do fun with just red and white in this page. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this one. I love this one. I really love her face. And she's hugging this tree, which just has this agonizing expression on its face. I like that one. See, I like more than I don't like, I think, right? This one's neat because I love to put stars and galaxies inside of skulls, eyes, and sockets, and they're already there. She already did it for us. And there are nails. This one's cool because it's the thorny heart and the roses, and the nails are stuck in all the candles. It's the juxtaposition of the hard and the soft. I really like this one. Oh, I like this one. It's like King Kong, but post-death King Kong. He's got like little wormy things coming out of him again. And then he's holding some crazy kind of creature. She's not human. That's cool. What a different take on King Kong. Aw, King and Queen of Hearts holding hands. This, in the upright, they're looking at us, and she's holding a flower, and he's kind of stabbing the K behind his back. And on the upside down, they're looking at each other. That's kind of neat. I'm having a look at this one. I don't know. These people are looking up, but what are they looking at? Things flying in the sky? This one's great, of course. Anytime there's a vampire holding a damsel in distress. Love those. Love the bats and the gargoyle. That's very cool. Oh, this one's wonderful. Look at the birds. They're just skeletons of birds. And the cages are all broken. And it's these two, once again, melting, defleshing people having a bubble bath. Yeah, so I'm glad I have this in my collection. I am. It's not my favorite one that I have in the collection, but it's not my least favorite. So I'll definitely color out of it. Yeah, definitely. So that's another thing I got. Okay. Let's put that over here. Then I was given a book. Now, when I had dinner with Sarah Simi the other night, a couple weeks ago, and she gave me Geomorphia, which was the one Kirby I had missing, she also gave me this. So this was one of the R.J. Hampsons that I had on my list, and because I love ocean-themed things, and I had R.J. Hampson on his website. He has like 6 packs of downloadable, printable pages, and he'll usually do them by theme. So he'll have like 6 pages of dragons doing something, and 6 pages of steampunk houses, and 6 pages, and then sometimes he'll have a 6 pages of Mr. Fogarty. So it's various books, but of him doing things. And then he has some pages with some new drawings in it. He has 6 pages of the Castaway And I think some of those are new. But he has a lot of those, and they're very affordable. And so I'd seen a couple of pictures out of this one, and I loved them. So Sarah got this for me, and I have done a page in it already. So let's look. Thank you, Sarah. She handed both of these to me at dinner. Isn't that a neat page? I think that page is actually in here. Now, this has duplicates with a difference, but it's an older book, and I don't think the differences are as different as they are now. And the paper's a little bit different too in these older books. This just says jellyfish. This says water cages. I love this one. He likes to draw things that are metal. Coral reef. I don't know, when was this book? 2021. Oh, it's not that old, but he has so many. He was going backwards, working his way through the duplicates with a difference. So I don't know if this version is a reworked one or not. I don't know. Lighthouse. I think this was in Sarah's her own stash, and she wasn't coloring out of it. So she brought it to me. So it may not be one of those that has the differences in it. Who's next is what this one's called. What movie was it that says, I feel like a little worm on a great big hook? What movie was that? I love that. I can't remember what movie that was. Whale of a Time. That is sweet. Now here's one of the castaways. This is Treasure Island. And this whole island concept became super popular. So he started putting he started putting a castaway on there, and then he started putting one of those in every book. This is Deadliest Catch. I love this one. I can't wait to do this one. Little boat with R for RJ, and they're going to catch themselves a crab, but whoa, not that crab. They weren't expecting this crab. This crab's going to take the whole boat down. I think this one's great. Seahorse. So in this book, see, he has some that don't have humor or a story to them or anything. They're just a drawing. It's interesting, like straight up just art. Utopia. I was trying to figure out this one. So this is all underwater, and there's garbage floating, like a pop can top and, empty bag. And here's one of those ties for bread. So there's garbage floating in it with a fish in the garbage, but in here is pristine, I think. Kind of a social comment. Yeah, all this garbage. Interesting. Treasure hunters. I love the cats in a submarine. It's great. I love his submarines. Lighthouse number 2. There must have been a lighthouse number 1 we looked at. That's fun. That's fun because you're seeing through to the water to the bottom. That's really cool. Island Dream. Now this is just straight up beautiful. It'd be so fun to do this in some metallics, Lobster, just a lobster. Nothing else, just a lobster. I think this book's fun. Wrong choice. So he got caught stranded on this island, and there's like a skeleton and stuff, but over here has a hut and a treasure chest, and there's a margarita waiting for him. And he's not going to get over there because his boat has a hole in it, and that's a lot of sharks. Oh, such a funny idea. Sushi. I think this page is great. I think you could have a lot of fun with the color palette in here. Dream home. he got a hook there when he's underwater? I don't know. Atlantis. Neat. Here's the one I colored. It's called Hello. This is a page for November. I thought it was great. That's the second anglerfish I've colored in 2 months. I just thought it was hysterical. Hello. Straight up alcohol markers, and that's all. It was really fast, really fun. That's how I like to do RJ Hampson. This is Submarine. I think this one's great. There's so much to color in here. There's so many details. You almost have to do this one in pencils, maybe. Or water-based markers. I'll have fun experimenting. Sea turtles. See, you don't see pages like this anymore. Most of his pages tell a story. Sea castle. I think that's great there. But because they're underwater, I love them all. I love underwater coloring. Bigger. Okay, this one's funny. He's fishing. He's got a beer in his hand. He's got a little worm, a little fish, a bigger fish, an octopus, a giant shark, and then like a leviathan. It's great. Holiday. I want to do a sunset on this one, or a sunrise. It will be hard with this paper, but that's what I'd like to do. Probably do it with those Mungio oil pastels that was gifted to me. That would work really well. They're water soluble, but I could try using very little water. They spread better with water, I've found, but you don't want to use too much water with this paper. I could also use pastels. Infinity Wave. Cool. This is almost like a Kirby doodle page, isn't it? And then the second set. So I don't think, yeah, I have designed this book with 2 copies of each illustration. So I don't think these are. I think this was before. Yeah, I think this is before he did the differences. There's the first lighthouse. We must have missed that. I don't remember seeing that in the first one. Yeah. So if you were to buy this book now, it would have the duplicates with a difference because he went backwards and went through all his books. But because this came out of Sarah's personal collection, it's an older book that doesn't have the duplicates with the difference. This is just so great. Thank you so much, Sarah. I colored one right away because I couldn't wait. And I just love that my RJ Hampson collection is growing little by little because every book I get of his, I absolutely adore. So thank you so much, Sarah. You are an absolute doll. Love you so much. Okay, so then I was at Walmart and I got a few new acrylic paints. Now, these are all very pastel, and I didn't have pastel. I have lots of bright, and these are only 58 cents, and they're 58 cents on Amazon too. So you don't have to go to Walmart. I mean, I hate going into Walmart, but my client goes there, so I go with her. And while she's wandering around looking at things, I wander around and look at things, and I often go to the art aisle. And I just wanted to check to see, because I had already had these saved in my Amazon cart for 58 cents a piece, and there's no minimum. Like, you can just buy one for 58 cents and have it sent to you. But they had them there at Walmart for 58 cents, so I just purchased them there. So I got apricot, cameo pink, harvest orange. I was looking for pumpkin. Pumpkin's a little bit different than these two, and I really like it, but they were out. A pale daffodil, it's kind of a banana color. Fuchsia and sun-kissed peach. So I wanted these for backgrounds. This one, because I can't help but get a bright color. But I wanted some paler colors for backgrounds. And these are all matte. And I actually, this one is turning out to be my favorite one, believe it or not. It's the sun-kissed peach. I'll show you what I've done with it. Where's that book? Oh, where's that book? Aha. So I'm working on, out of this book, I have a buddy, Buddy Color out of this Camilla D'Erico book. And I used that Sunkissed Peach, I'm working on this right now, for the background. And look how well that paints. That's one coat. Yeah, Apple Barrel is so much better than Folk Art. It just one coat, the Apple Barrel Harvest, no, excuse me, matte. The Apple Barrel matte covers in just one coat. Now, anything metallic's going to take more than one coat, but I am really impressed with that color. And then this is the pink. It's a different pink. It's a pink I already had. It is this one, the Pink Parfait, I think. Whoops, my light just went out. There we go. I think it's the Pink Parfait. It's one of the pinks I already had. But I absolutely love, it's smooth. There's no streaks at all. It's just really, really neat. So love that paint. Now I do have Folk Arts, like this one's sitting right here, because they do, it's because I'm sitting on it. They do the glittery stuff. So I'll get Folk Arts when it's for glittery. And then I have tried this one. This is very cheap, Crafter's Closet. I can't remember where I got this. This isn't very good. I wouldn't recommend this. It's very thin. But these are delightfully thick. So really, really nice. Highly recommend them. I'm putting them over here in my overflowing acrylic paint box. Oh no, that pink was this pink, the pink of that bathtub. Yeah. I love these pastels. Okay, and then the last two things I have here are two more books. Okay, this one. This book is fantastic. Again, I was at Walmart, and there it was while my client was shopping, and it is so good. It's by Cider Mill Press, and it says that it's hand-drawn, but I can't get the name of an artist. Now, there is an owner of Cider Mill Press, and they say that I've seen some, I looked up everywhere because I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting AI. I don't know. I don't think he's a real person, because if you go to his Facebook site and his Instagram sites, there's no posts and no pictures, so I don't think he's a real person. I Googled his name. He has a presence, but there's absolutely no information on anything. So I don't think he's a real person. So I don't know what this press is. It's definitely not AI. It's definitely very stylized, and it's just not AI. And I don't think it's Shutterstock either. So I don't know. I wish they would list who the artist is, because it's really, really cool. Now it says that the font, title vectors, the titles are Shutterstock, the actual font and stuff, but I don't know. And if you know anything about Cider Mill Press, they're out of Nashville, Tennessee, and all it does is give where they got the actual font for the press, like for the pages, like that. There's no writing in the book, though. And it has this funny little thing saying that this isn't your typical Christmas coloring book. Now, the paper is pretty much exactly like a Mythogoria. It's pretty much the same size as a Mythogoria. It reminds me very much of a Mythogoria. This is just some intro stuff that's just like smaller versions of what's in there. And then we get started. And see, that's not AI. No. But I don't know what it is. I don't think it's Shutterstock either. So I don't know what this is. It's definitely a certain style. Every page is the same style. So it's definitely someone's style. And I just think it's wonderful. So that's Krampus there. You can tell, he's got the chains and the hooves and stuff. But it's a little bit doodly, and I like the little bit of doodles it's got because it's not too much. And it's nice thick lines, and it's single-sided, so you can use your alcohol markers, which is phenomenal for me. Look at this. Santa's got these long nails, and he's putting coal in the socks. This is going to be my main Christmas book that I work out of, because this one it's funny. Here's a scene from the Nutcracker. See, that is not AI. It's way too, there's way too much of an artist's hand in this. So I don't know. In one of the, if you go to the ballet, it's not like that, but you see a seven, but the original Nutcracker, like when you read it, there's a seven-headed, the Mouse King has 7 heads. So they went true to form here. Have fun. But just the whole perspective and everything is kind of skewed and wonky. Santa's scary again. Okay, the reindeer are all like partially skeletonized, and some of them have actual skulls. You know, the moon and the presents are flying all over the place. It's just great. It's just great. And it's so fun to color. The paper's very smooth. So again, this is a great one for markers. But as you'll see, what I did is this one. This is my favorite page in the book. Now, I was trying a new medium. I meant to show you this one first. Let me grab it. Where did it go? Hold on. Ta-da! Yes, your girl got the Inktense. Now, I got these off of eBay. I couldn't tell that any of them were used. So I got pretty much a brand new set of 72, all the colors. With shipping, it was $102 for 72, which is really good for Derwent Inktense. These are so expensive. I don't understand why they're so expensive, but they are ink rather than pigment. They're ink, so they don't lift back up. So once they're dry on the page, they don't lift back up. And the way I use them like my Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. So I take the paintbrush, I dip it in water, and then I do this, and I do it over a palette of some sorts, like the top of this yogurt lid, and I'll just go bloop, 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 like that over it. Don't want it to glare on you. And what'll happen is it'll have like watercolor there. And I'll put as much pigment as I want or as much water as I want, and then I use it and I paint with it. So I did try them drawing and then adding water, but I think I lay down too much pigment that way. I think I have more control over them this way, plus they're gonna last forever. So this $100 investment, hey there, Jack. Jack's getting up and leaving the house. He's going to bed. So this $100 investment will last me years and years and years. And this is all of them except for they did put out another 28. But from what I hear, there's a lot of colors that are very similar to this, but there are some pastel-like colors. There are a few colors that are very different. So it might be, I've been advised to, if I'm interested, to just buy those singly and not buy the 28 pack because there's too many that are similar. But so once I got these, I was like, okay, I finally got them. What's the big deal with them? So I opened up this Silent Fright book and thought I'd play. And I did the wizard. And I learned a lot. I learned, I absolutely love this medium. This was the medium that my arsenal, my collection was missing. I was missing something that, because I love dark, vibrant colors. And I love the painting, and I love that as dark as that is, it didn't go through, not at all. That's where the Inktense is. And so you can use it anywhere. I could use it in Kirby. I finally have a dark, easy to use, paintable medium that won't bleed through. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. Now they don't have a lot of lighter pastel colors in there, so it's not like something that will duplicate for the Kuretake watercolors that bled through in my Kirby page, so I can't use them for that palette, but I can use them in future worlds, in the alien worlds, and I can use them everywhere else. So I use them here for the tree, for the wizard, and for the houses. Yeah, see, the houses didn't bleed through. Everything else was alcohol markers and metallic acrylic paint. So like this green sky, and there's a lot of metallic acrylic in here. The whole thing kind of shines. But I did lay it down too thick in places, didn't get it, thinned out, didn't get it smooth. So when I went over it with pencils, I tried various pencils. They didn't really show up. I think you have to go do a thinner layer to do pencils than over it. And I did do that in the bathtub mermaid page. I used them again here on the mermaid, But then I used them a more thin, smoother layer, and then I was able to go over with pencils and paint and stuff and darken it. So I was learning how to use them here and got better with them here. But I love them, so I'm going to be using them a lot. Now, they are, you know, the colors do limit you. There was no true light pink. There's no pastels. There's, you know, but what they do have is gorgeous. Big on blues and greens, which is why I kind of did him in blues and greens. And then I did polys for the pencil work and just had a real good time. And yeah, the only thing I went through was the alcohol markers. None of the Inktense did. So I'm really looking forward to playing more in this book. So that was what I did. That was a page for November. There's quite a few pages in here of like things getting into the presents. So it's like some little goblin thing here is getting into the presents. It's like these, it's like a goblin infestation. This is Scary. She's got fingers and eyeballs and bones. I don't want to eat her cookies. She's Mrs. Santa Claus, but bad. There is like Krampus knocking on your door. Hysterical. Yikes. Scary. I just love the style, the way that this style is, this art style. I love the wonky lines and the perspectives. I just think it's neat. This is scary because he's got a scary face here, but he's also got eyeballs in the back of his head. And I tried to see what he was doing. I don't know what this is in the stocking, or maybe it's just the top of the stocking, but I'm pretending that he's taking the toys out of the stocking. He's stealing the toys. This one would be fun, though, because of the wallpaper and the window and the garland. There's so much here to color. And you could really have fun with the light source glowing on his face. Yeah. This one was neat because it's like a gingerbread house, look, snowy scene. And then there's like the scariest woman ever peeking out of the window. It's like Hansel and Gretel with the witch. Yeah. Ooh. Another, now he's kind of like a Wendigo, but I think what he more is like Lord of the Hunt, you know, like the fairy when they all go, because all these are like these ghosty ghoulies following him. Oh, except these are, no, they're holding him. I was gonna say, are these merry-go-round horses? They might be. Either the creatures are holding a staff or these are merry-go-round horses. See? I don't know. That one, see that? I don't think they're merry-go-round horses. I think they're holding a staff. I'm not sure. It's cool though. A portrait. Everybody looks freaky, and then the ghost. Wow, it's really raining out there. A giant cat. A giant cat circling itself around a house. This here could be a Wendigo for sure. I think this is a very cool page. I'm definitely going to do this one. He's got like Christmas lights strung on him, and I just think that's very cool. What does this art style, who does this remind you of? Because it reminds me of an artist that I have. It reminds me of someone that I actually have or have seen. And more creatures tearing up your Christmas party. Tearing the stuffing out of the bear. Tearing the hats and stuff off of the, you know, all the, what's he doing with that hat? Something. And he's got like the ornaments are everywhere, and this one's actually looks like it's eating the ornaments, throwing them. This one's throwing a present in the fire. Can you guys see that? It's a lot of lines. They've torn the curtains down off of the walls. Jeez. I love this one. She's looking behind her, Little Red Riding Hood, but she's got this cool cape. Looking behind her, but she should be looking in front of her. That's a big, big wolf. Another one I want to do. Okay, this clown doesn't have to do anything to creep me out. It's just creepy sitting there smiling. Now, I don't know, I mean, there's a broken ornament right here, but other than that, it's just this creepy clown, which looks too realistic. Like maybe it's not a toy. Maybe it's alive. This is the Ghost of Christmas Future. That's Ebenezer Scrooge, and that would be the future ghost. Yeah. That's just like a giant Bigfoot or something. Because here's a cabin with a fire. It would be fun to make like a Northern Lights sky. I just love this style of drawing. Oh, you know, it kind of reminds me of Olivia Whitworth with Dreamweaver. Kind of reminds me of her stuff. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Hands coming out of a graveyard. Scary bird eating scary pears with scary worms coming out of them. This is such a fun, because you see that. You see, oh, the partridge and the pears and the blah, blah, blah. But this is like everything's dead. They take iconic images. Now, this one's hysterical. It's two skeletons, you know, with hats and scarves on, drinking some hot chocolate, just chilling in the graveyard. I think that's great. Isn't this great? Yeah, I wish I knew who the artist was. I think maybe I'll just email the company and say, hey, I can tell this isn't AI. So how are you, and you didn't list an artist, and these can't be Shutterstock. So who did this and how? This one's cool because you're just like, okay, it's kind of an old house. There's holes in the curtains and stuff, but then there's this hand, this scraping the window. Other than that, you might think it's just an old abandoned house, but that's pretty freaky. Can you see it? The skeleton hand scraping the window. Yikes! The gingerbread man is cooking us. We're inside the oven looking out, and then gingerbread man, and the oven has chains to chain it shut. And there's a bowl of fingers. Oh my gosh. Scary. A reflection of him in the oven window. Finger pies. Oh. Stockings full of worms were hung by the chimney with care. Oh my gosh. These guys all died during the turkey dinner, and now the maggots have moved in. It's like a royal family. Okay. Hands coming out of the chimney taking the stockings. There's a fire there, though. It'd be fun to make them like Grinch, like green hands. There's Santa, and he's saying, shh, but he's got, like, he stole all the stuff, I think. And the kid's sleeping. Another fun one to color with the wallpaper and all that. See, the Inktense works on this paper, so this would be good for Inktense. Now, I can't figure this one out. I've looked. Like, what are these lines? At first, I thought they were to him, but they're not. At first, I thought maybe he was a marionette, but there's none to this foot, and they're also to the reindeer and everything else. Now, this is definitely, I think, a puppet. Maybe he's a puppet that broke loose. Maybe these are all, it looks like, because this reindeer has rope feet, so I bet he is a marionette. Maybe these are all marionettes, but they're coming alive. Yeah. I love this one. These fairies are just crazy creepy. And they're holding, I don't know what they're holding. Let's see. There's garlands, a tree, presents, boy sleeping with pillows. What are they holding? Can you tell me what they're holding? Something with worms in them. But it's not obvious enough what they are. Look at the picture with the vampire teeth. Yeah, it's not obvious what it is. Another close-up of a hand with nails, hanging up some mistletoe, but there's worms and spiders on his hand. And these are like jars of poison and pickled eyeballs and stuff. Yikes. Oh, her eyeball fell out. It's a doll with many broken parts. She has a hand that broke off and she has no legs. So you get into your ornament box and one of them is full of worms and there's an eyeball and fingers. Ah, scary Santa and scary reindeer. But he got a present. He's giving you a present, or you gave him a present. I would take that present. Don't make him mad. Oh, wow. It's her hounds, like Hecate and her hounds. That's cool. They're like flying above the ground. Whoa, there's a bird and a snowman who's getting his eye eaten. Yikes. Oh, here's Santa climbing into a sleigh, but these elves look evil, and the wife, Mrs. Claus, looks crazy. I don't know. So funny, just slightly off, that is. That's whoever created these just had such a sense of humor, because they're all just a little off. Like, okay, an old hermity lady outside of a Christmas village, but yeah, there's something kind of wrong with her, and she's got this giant bird on her back. Elves at the toy shop, except no, they're making weapons. There's a mace down there, and there's swords and axes. That's the toys that these elves make. There's a knife holding up the garland, the wreath. These two girls are awful. One of them's holding a torn teddy bear head. She tore it off of here. The other one's holding the bear. These are horrible girls. Oh my God, gingerbread cookies that are all broken and crying because they're broken. Why am I laughing? I think this book's great. Carolers, but they're all dead. This one I love, and they're all barefoot and dead and they're tattered. I think it's great. Definitely want to do this one. Another one with ornaments, but there's a spider with a spider's web that's got some flies stuck in it. Big spider here. Yeah, lots of spider webs with bugs stuck in it. Scary Santa again. He's more like a beast dressed up like Santa because he's got beast feet. He's a beast. Yeah. He's like a scary Grinch almost. His face almost looks like Grinch. And here you got like, oh, you know, garland and tree and everything. And then you got like presents. And then, oh, holy hell. That guy. Oh, how many of you want this book? It's such a fun book. I bet you can find it on Amazon. It's not a Walmart exclusive. Nice Santa and Mrs. Santa. What's behind him? A person. There's like a face and an arm and a foot. And in the cookies are eyeballs. I don't think this is... there's fingers sticking up there. I don't think we want these cookies. No. No, no, no. Ice skating, but oh, Jesus, that scared me. Look what's in the trees. You could make this really scary because these ice skaters, you know, in the holly and the snowflakes, and then there's Freaky Deaky in the trees watching them. Oh, another one where evil things are tearing up Christmas. Gosh, this guy's hanging off the tree. And this one's going to take that wreath down. This one's tearing up a present. This one's throwing an ornament. Awful little creatures. See, there's quite a few like that where creatures are tearing up Christmas. I think this one's beautiful. I think this is the Snow Queen, though. Snow Queen is a scary creature out of fairy tales. She steals that boy. And then that boy's friend has to track him down and try to save him. So that's the Snow Queen. And that's the end. So, have a very scary Christmas. So, yes, very Merry Scary. This is Silent Fright by Cider Mill Press. And I am going to try to track down how this artwork was made, but I really do love it. I think it's a lot of fun. And I have one more in this haul, and that's this. Now, it's also got it at Walmart. Now, this has been around for a bit. I've seen it flipped. I saw it flipped first on the Coloring Oasis. And I decided I wasn't going to get it, but I love the Grinch. The other Grinch coloring books I've seen I've not been crazy about. So, I mean, not Grinch, Dr. Seuss. The other Dr. Seuss coloring books. And then I would see this again, and see this again, and see this again. And finally I saw it in person. And I just really like it. I do. So I got it. I love this story. So, yeah. The foil on the front. How could you not? This is Random House. Did I even see an artist? Oh boy, I might not have looked. Adapted from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yeah, I think it's Dr. Seuss's art because it looks it's copyrighted by Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Illustrated by Jan Girardi. Right there in giant letters. Illustrated by Jan Girardi. Fantastic. So, we have an illustrator. And so how it starts, it's very thick paper, which I love. It's not single-sided, which I don't love. But now I have Inktense. Now, I usually don't get books with words, but I kind of like them in here. They're big and easy to color, and I love the story. So just north of Whoville. And there's the Grinch just hanging out. And then here's Whoville down here. It's a big double-page spread. And then here's some who's and houses. And it's just like the Grinch. I mean, it's just like Dr. Seuss's artwork. And I love that. It's so nostalgic and fun. And pencil shavings. And I love the little who's and their little houses. And they're all singing, hi, honey, hi, you know that? And I even like the wallpaper because it's all the characters. And they're all so fun. I remember all these characters, you know? And the paper's just so good. It's even got a little tooth to it. Mary, Mary. And here's just some of the fun things they got for Christmas. A train and a Jack-in-the-Box and blocks and arrows and all kinds of stuff. This is very Dr. Seuss, isn't it? Just stuff everywhere. This just makes me happy, and I can't wait to color it. The noise, noise, noise. The Grinch hated the noise. Yep, they're all blowing stuff and cymbals and the train, and all this stuff is creating noise, all this music. It's fantastic. And they're carrying in all the food. The cat in the hat. Now, I probably would I color this? Probably not. I might color one or two of them, but that's a lot. Or maybe I would. I don't know. It's such a cute spread. I don't know. Maybe I would. Here's another big spread. And this is what the Dr. Seuss books are kind of known for. Like, oh, the places you'll go, that book and stuff. But that book has a lot of this. I don't think this one has that much. But it's got this giant... And the thing is that this page and this page are the same. They're just flipped. So no way would I color both. So I might, you know, I never have, but you could sacrifice one if you wanted to use alcohol markers on the other side. Sing, 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 sing. Now this one is different. Both pages are different characters. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. So I think I'll color some pages and others I'll just leave for nostalgia. I enjoy looking through this because it reminds me. He makes the dog into, I love everything on this page. I always felt sorry for the dog. He's so mean to the dog. And here's all the little, now this is straight up wallpaper. This is just the same image repeated over and over and over. But it's a cute image. Might be a fun page to alter. Or just use as the back of an alcohol marker page. Do this in alcohol markers. Because this is great. And there he is. This is a great double page spread right here. There's the sled, and I can't remember the dog's name. And he sneaks down, and here he is. See, that's why I think that one page in Fright, Silent Fright, is the Grinch, because he sneaks down and pulls all the stockings off. But there's no fire in the fireplace here. Oh my God, all these presents. I got so tired of coloring presents last year that I never wanted to color another present again. So I don't think I'd do those pages this year at least. Stockings. Again, right? Yeah, lots of wallpaper filler stuff, but it's Dr. Seuss style. It's so fun. The General Who Electric GW. That's great. And then look at all this food he's stealing. He's stealing all their food. And again, this is just straight up wallpaper. More wallpaper, but look at this one. He's peeking through it. Yeah. Again, a fun one to alter, to completely change. See, trees, and there he is peeking though. And so these are all the trees that when he goes through and steals everything. There, he's pulling all the lights down. Remember when he does that? Pulls all the lights. And he's shoving his bags up the chimney. And here he even shoves the tree up the chimney it goes. This is great. Oh, that is a fantastic double page spread. He took everything from them. Everything. And he made the poor little doggy carry it all the way up the hill. Another wallpaper page. But I would just, I would probably use some alcohol markers on the other side. Although this would be a fun one to play with colors. It really would. I don't know if I would ruin this. This is kind of fun, actually. It's one of those mindless ones where you just take some fine liners. Oh, but what is he here? Music? He's listening, they're listening, but uh-oh, everything's falling off the cliff. That's a great page. So iconic. I don't know what they're saying. And this, again, this page is just this page flipped. They're just flipped. But how fun is that? He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I definitely want to do this double page. Oh, he just realized he failed. Oh, I love this one. Yeah, this is a better singing page. Yeah, I would just take some distress ink in an applicator and just rub ink all over that. I wouldn't color every one of those and then color these guys. I'd make that into wallpaper. His heart grew 3 sizes that day. Aww. But he has to save, and he brought back the toys. Oh, he saved them. There he is. That's a great page. Look at all the toys. And these are exactly the same page back to back. Actually, it's only half a page that gets repeated 4 times. But this is where you can try different techniques. You know the technique like of of coffee splattering, and then you just color where the coffee splattered, or just coloring vignettes round, like just do circles and then only color that and black out the rest. I mean, you could do fun things with these pages. Look on Pinterest, look on Instagram or YouTube for people that have done stuff like that and play with it. Aww. He's got a present for the doggy, and it was a ball. Aww. Oh, he's so cute. Cool. I kind of like this one. These ornaments, and then his hand putting an ornament back. Yeah, I kind of like this one. The ribbons, the wrappings. I like every picture with the puppy dog in it. Bells. I wouldn't do anything with this. Oh, cool. Now this is not repeating the same thing. These are all different. Are they? Well, some of them are repeated, but in different places. And there's a lot that's not repeated, so. Huh. What a fun couple of pages this is. I would color it. Oh, little Cindy Lou Who. I would absolutely color this one. And definitely this one. Look at this. That's fantastic. Cookies. That would be fun to color these like cookies. I've never done that, you know, like an iced Christmas cookie. Yeah. Not 2 pages of them, but just 1 page. Aw, they're putting up a wreath. And then this is great. Decorating the tree again. Redecorating the tree. Gosh, this paper's so thick. Aw, Cindy Lou Who. That's fun. Just fun to practice techniques on. I like that one too. I love this scrolly stuff. Here they are, carrying all kinds of stuff. Cat in the Hat. I keep wanting to call him the Cat in the Hat. Oh, and he's at the head of the table carving the roast beast. See, I really enjoy this book. I think it's a lot of fun and great paper, and I definitely will use it to play in. You know, I'm not going to do masterpieces out of this. I'm just going to play with it. And the paper is just so nice and thick. So that was what I purchased and received recently. I'd been sort of getting it little by little. It's more than a month's worth. And then when I got enough, I thought I'd show them all to you, because you're going to be seeing pages out of them because they're all untouched. And I'm doing a lot of untouched books for November. So thanks for sitting with me in my cabin this evening and watching my little haul. And Matchstick Mouse hopes that you are well. And just remember, I love you. Lots and lots. All right. Bye-bye.